What's up, everybody? Funnel Doc here. In today's video, we're going to be going over the conversational AI element of HighLevel. Now, they've added a bunch of new stuff to it where you can now edit the prompt, and there's a bunch of different settings and stuff. And I just want to go over the whole thing from scratch to let you know about all the new updates, especially the prompt thing, because that's super important to be able to customize your bot. We're inside my white label version of HighLevel, my AI automation agency secrets now. This is a customer service dashboard I was building out the other day in it for that new workflow I created where it'll track your tickets for you and do all that stuff. If you want to know more about that, let me know down below and I'll make sure to tag you in the video tomorrow. I'll be doing a full training on this, how to break it all down, how to use it, everything like that. Pretty cool. So to access your conversational AI, you're going to go first off over here to settings on the far left. You're going to click that bad boy. You're going to scroll down about 6 spots to conversational AI right here. And then you're going to be entered in conversational AI. Now, there are 3 main functions here. You have off, of course, you have suggestive, and then you have autopilot, which is the beta. Now, this is the one we're going to want to be using and have this one set. Now, suggestive, what that does is I don't know, man, anybody that's ever used it. If you're watching this now and you've ever used suggestive or know anybody that's actually really used it, let me know. But what it would do is when you're in the conversation menu, it would actually show up like 3 different options based off of what the other person said about the replying versus AI, and then you could select one of them. I'm just like, are you that brain dead? You can't come up with your own response? I don't know. I've never ever used suggestive. I found it to be quite silly. But then we've got, like I said, the autopilot, which is basically on. Underneath that, you have all the different channels that are available: Instagram, Facebook, SMS, Google My Business. You've got the chat widget and then live chat itself. And then down below this, you've got your business name. This will pull from the locations name underneath your business profile settings. If you want it to be named something differently, you can then put that in here. Know also that in your prompt, if you use AI.business_name, that it will pull from this name, and then or the default location. The default location. Sorry. Next thing you want to go over here is time before responding. Now, a lot of people might be like, hey, I want to have it wait a couple minutes so it doesn't seem automatic and doesn't feel like robotic or anything. And that makes sense in a lot of aspects. But the problem with this way that it is set up right here is this is the amount of time it waits in between each response and not just the initial response. So that means that I might want somebody to say, oh, I'm going to set this for a minute or 2 minutes so that it seems like somebody waits and then they respond or something, whatever reason or rationale you might have that or want that. Cool. The problem is this isn't just for the initial response, it's for every response after that. So if I set this for even a minute or 2 minutes, every message that goes out, it's going to wait a minute before it replies. And then a minute again before. And no conversation will ever go on like that. So I automatically actually just set this for 1 second, the lowest it can. That way you can have a real conversation, or the bot can have a real conversation with someone when they speak with them in conversational AI or inside the actual chat window. Now, we've got here the maximum amount of messages a bot can get from a send to a contact. To reset this, all you do is you go right here to reactivate the bot and begin, mark the conversation as read. So you'll go to the conversation tab, you mark the conversation as read, and then the bot will be able to be active again for that person. Know that it will not re-engage that person until you reset it. So either have some type of like workflow or something that resets it after a certain number of messages if you want it automatic, or know that daily you need to go through all your messages and make sure they're on red, which is probably something you should be doing anyway, but just keep that in mind. It will not fire once it's hit this maximum amount. And you can go all the way from 1 all the way to the max is 25. It will not go past 25. I set it at 25 automatically. You know, hey, if they want to talk to them, that's cool, whatever. I'm not going to get upset. Send bot to sleep when I send a message manually or through a workflow. So this way, if they're in, let's say, the we'll just say Facebook Messenger, and it's talking back and forth, and then all of a sudden another workflow fires, or you message them in Messenger yourself, either in HighLevel or in Messenger itself, that will kill the bot for this amount of time. You can turn this off, and then if you do, then the bot will just automatically always be open and always active. The problem with that is if you're in a conversation with someone, it's going to start replying to what they say. So you're going to want to turn this on. You're going to want to turn this on. The amount of time, that's really subjective or up to you. 5 minutes is probably a good amount of time. You want it to be amount of time that if you're engaging with someone, that it will wait. I mean, even if it doesn't, even if you had it at 1 minute or even a couple of seconds, just know that every time you manually re-engage, it's going to reset this. So I just leave it at 5 minutes. Next thing, pricing. You can set this. It is at 2 cents per response. That is a response back out. You can have as many incoming but outgoing. So it's 2 cents per response. Know that that's about right here. I've got it set up. Now you can set this up underneath your SaaS. So if we go to SaaS here and we go back to here, I'll show you, go right here to rebilling or reselling. You'll see it's right here, Conversational AI. You have to have the agency level to be able to resell this, but you'll see its base price is 49 bucks. I have mine at 79, which is a $30 profit for anyone that wants to sign up using it. But if we jump back here, roughly you'd have about 4,000 messages that you'd have to send at 2 cents a minute before this made sense to go to the $80 an hour. So, and even then, if you're having 4,000 messages going out through your conversational AI, and you're not making $80 at least so it can pay for itself, you probably got some things set up wrong in your bot. So this is the bot settings page. It's the first page that you're going to go to. You do have this go to bot trial. I'm not really sure where they put that here when it's just the next tab. But anyway, if you hit the bot trial, now this is where you're going to want to be doing a lot of testing. In a minute, we're going to jump in here. I'm going to explain a little further, but you're going to want to test here. You have the both general question as well as the scheduling when we turn that on, and you'll be able to reset the conversation here to start from a fresh new conversation in the bot. And we'll get back to this when we get back to training the bot in just a minute. Now you've got training. Now you can insert URLs. Another thing you can do, a lot of people don't realize, you can use this like a knowledge base, like you would in your GPTs or your agents. You can actually come in and I could just take a Google Doc, have everything that it needs to know in that Google Doc, and then I can just put the URL in here for the Google Doc. I can put the URL in here for my website. If there's maybe a certain online e-com store, whatever it is, know that you can come in and put, so like even if we just put in, let's see, AAA secrets, we'll go with that guy. So if I wanted just to make this guy and have it copy my actual website here, and I could put in AAA secrets, and then you could go exact URL. You can go URLs with the, it's with the path and all URLs in this domain. So I click with the path, then it's just this path. But if I go all URLs in this domain, it's going to be every path that's associated with this domain or just this exact domain itself. So you've got the exact, you've got all of them within this path. So if there's maybe multiple domains attached to this path, and there might be multiple paths after it, or you have all URLs in this domain, which again, the domain is the front part of it. So any path it would go after. So you come in, I can go AAA secrets, I can go get data, and now it's going to go fetch all the different pages. I'm going to go all URLs in this domain, so that way we can maybe get multiple links here, and I'm going to show you how that works. Now, once it's fetched all the data, you're going to see here you can view all the pages. And this one, we only had one, my coaching program, but normally if you've got multiple, you'd see multiple different live pages here. You'd then be able to select them and then hit train the bot. So if I went back in to my AI agency and I grabbed something like my webinar that I know has multiple pages in it, it would go through all the different pages of it. So now you can see we've got one path here. It's trained on this. It now understands. It's gone over the page itself and is able to pull data from that. Now you've got the customized FAQ response. These are frequently asked questions. Whatever questions the bot's normally getting, you're going to want to put in here. So like, is there a refund? You know, you do something like that. And then your answer would be, yes, there is a refund within the first 14 days, something like that. You know, if that's what you're, you know, it could be, you know, how do I log in? You know, it could be something simple like that. Or maybe you have a course and you're using this bot as a customer service bot as well as a schedule bot. We'll get into scheduling in a minute, but you can use it either one or both. The cool thing is too, is if you're using it for a scheduling bot and a, you know, question answer FAQ customer service bot, once you've scheduled someone, the bot used to not know this and would keep trying to schedule them, but now it recognizes that the person's been scheduled and moves into fully just the FAQ customer help bot type thing. So in here, another question might be, you know, how do I log into AAA secrets? And I can come in and put, we'll just put this URL here just so we have it. One second, somebody message me, make sure I'm not messaging. All right, so yeah, so we'll make sure that we got this one URL here. So if I wanted to, I could be like www.AAA, and this isn't the login.com, but I just wanted to see, and we're going to test this in a minute. When we get into it, I'm going to ask, why didn't that stick? That was weird. I don't catch what it said up there. Let's see, where do I log into? And I could technically go in here, and we're going to do this real quick. I'm going to show you how to do this. You go into your actual client portal, and you can get your permanent link in there. So then it would just be a permanent login. So if you want somebody able to quick log in or something, you can go back in here. You go to sites, I think, portal. It's either sites or members. Yeah, client portal. Here we go. And then we go to dashboard for client portal. And you'll see right here, you're able to generate a magic link. Now, if you wanted someone to be able to instantly log in, create a magic link. Super easy to do. You hit generate, you go to custom menu, you go, do you want them to log in as a course, affiliate, or community? You select it, you hit generate. There's your magic link. Now, if you want to not give them a magic link, here's my direct access to my portal. So I would just grab that boy, come back here, and then I can say, where do I log in to AAA Secrets at? And I could just give them this, and let's see, now let's hit save. It says it's added as a FAQ. Maybe it's not, maybe I need to refresh. That's weird because it say it's adding, but it's not. Maybe it's just I need to refresh it. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it is. There it is. So it's there. Oh, we'll make sure I'm still sharing the right page. Oh, when I refreshed, it stopped sharing. So let me go back. 1 second, share my screen again. Boom, we're back. All right, cool. So you see here, where do I log in? AAA Secrets showed. And then any other questions you might have, you know, like it could be, maybe you have a business. What are your hours of operation? And then, you know, for me, I like to maintain banker's hours, 9 a.m., you know, PST I work to 6, not 5 usually, depending on what I'm doing, PST. So you can do something like that. So there, and you just come through now, and any, it must not show it. Used to, it would redo it, but it shows it's making it, so it probably just doesn't there. So, and I'm not sure how many FAQ questions you can add. We could do this little test here, and let's see if we save that and save that. I'm not sure how many. I mean, I've never really tried that. I think the most FAQ questions I ever had was 6. So let's just sort of test it out and see real quick how many, because I'm curious what the limit. Oh, here they're appearing at the bottom. There they are. See, they're appearing down here. And let's see. So we can keep going. We'll test to like 10. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8, 9, and 10 at least. I'm not going to keep doing it. I don't want to sit here for an hour, but at least 10. So you could probably go significantly less than that. And then to delete all these, all you do is you go to the edit and then delete, edit, delete real quick. Boom. And there we go. Again, if there's any questions, I'm going to be answering all your questions at the end of this. So make sure you ask them in the comments, and I will go back through and answer all your questions and make sure that you guys know everything you know about conversational AI. So there we go. So those are all deleted now. So we've got just these questions here. Again, you could add, I think it's at least, you can only go one domain here, and that's the one problem. So you can do multiple links off of it. I think I want to say 8 at one time. You might be able to do more, but this is the one problem, is you only get one URL. You can't do multiple. So if I came in here and changed and wanted a different one, I don't think I could put another one in here. So if I went, let me see if I can do that. Maybe you can. Maybe they've changed it. So if I wanted to get data, oh, you can now. Okay, cool. You just have to delete it. They used to not be able to do multiple pages. Now you can just upload multiple pages. So cool. So now I wonder how many different pages we could do. So if I want to do facebook.com, you know, if I just want to put a bunch of different stuff in here, I wonder what it would, how many different domains we can put in here. You know, that's a lot on Facebook, but so here's another one that we've got here. Let me check this out. Oh, you cannot crawl. It can't do Facebook. Here's another one that is my course. Let's see if it can do that one. Get data. And then I can input. I'm just curious. I should have tested this before, but since I'm doing this live with you doing this training, I figure I'll test it out because I'm sure it's changed before. It used to be not as robust. So I've got 3 links there. Like I said, it says only links. So interesting. Let's go with funnel doc digital. I can't type digitalmarketing.com. All right, so let's go with all of them in that domain. I should do all of them in the domain for this one too, so that you guys can see that one. And you'll see you'll have multiple pages, and we'll add that up. I'm curious. I'll have to check documentation. I don't want to sit here for too long, take up everything, because then we got view all pages. No, it's just got one on this one. That's weird. On this one, I know I'm about to give it though. This one, the AAA secrets. This one is a webinar funnel, so it should have at least, I think, at least 4 or 5. At least I think there's 6 pages on it. So let's put this again and go all the URLs in this domain. We'll see what it shoots up here. Interesting. Let me try the same one, but let me go with just with a path. Well, there's no path on it. So maybe it's URLs with this path on the end, because there's more pages. I'm just not sure why it's not pulling them all, but interesting. So we'll see. Again, it's got the ability to go to previous and next. So that tells me it can do several. Interesting. Okay. So there you go for that. And now it's going to pull information from all these different guys here. Now, the next one is super important. This is where you're going to configure your intents. Now, you used to, your FAQ questions, these questions that are right here now, used to be on the bottom of the intents down here. And what a lot of people didn't know, unless you follow me and you watched my last training video, is that you were able to actually program a prompt in the FAQ by adding it in there in the flow. It wasn't the intent. It wasn't the FAQ. I take that back. It was at the prompt down here that's now at the bottom of this guy. That they have it at the bottom of, maybe it's this prompt. Yeah, conversational flow. This wasn't the intent. It was a conversational flow on this guy. And I'll show you, but you used to, and what the conversational flow is, and we'll get to this in just a second, is the flow of like the script. Like if you in your mind had a perfect flow of the engagement with the customer and with the bot, this is how it would go. And what a lot of people didn't know is you used to be able to put a prompt in there before the conversational flow in the first one, and it would use that prompt. So you were able to really customize it. Now they give you full prompt access, as you can see right here. So Under configure intents, you've got enabled and disabled. Now, if you wanted to be able to book appointments, you're going to want to turn it on and then select what calendar you want to use, okay? And it can only do one calendar. That's another limitation of it. You can only do one calendar at a time unless they've changed that. Nope, it's still just one calendar at a time. So the next thing you're going to come in, you've got two different actual bots in one. You've got the support and general question bot, customer support, and then your booking bot. Like I said before, it's going to first go with your general support and then go into your booking unless you've got this turned off. If I decide to turn this off, oh, it doesn't look like you can turn that off. Interesting. You cannot, but you can turn off. Huh. Okay. So I can't make it just an appointment booking bot, but I can make it just a FAQ bot. Next thing you'll look at is because these are two separate bots, they have two different prompts. So you're going to want to come in and look at the prompt. You do have a template, which is informal support. So if you see here, you'll see what it is. But if I come here and see that, it changes the prompt. Then if you wanted to go back to the first prompt, you see it here, and here's the first one. You are a bot for the name of the business, task to assess customers. Your primary goal is to build trust, yada, yada, yada. That's the first one. Who is the bot? This is where you want their personality, any, like ticks it's going to have, any nuances, how it's going to act, how it's going to engage, anything about the bot itself that you want it to have expressed to the customer needs to be here as far as the actual nuances of the bot. Next thing is you have your goal. Now, right now, you can't change this. It's non-editable, but it is going to be coming soon, which would be really cool because when it is, we'll be able to use custom values and then change the goal of the bot depending on how the customer is engaging. So imagine that. We could have all this different stuff, and you can come in with custom values. There seems to be a bug right now. Let me know if anybody else is experiencing that, where the custom values appear behind this pop-up rather than in front of it. So you can see them right here. Need to alert Sean about this. Maybe it's just on my screen, but I was playing with this yesterday and I noticed that. But the custom values will work and you will be able to use them in here. So if you don't know, you can go to help.highlevel.com and you can find custom values there, or just Google or just search in the help bar for custom values and it'll give them. So then you just copy and paste them. But this is the other stuff bot's going to need to know. And if you look at this, it goes pretty deep here. It's pretty impressive, actually. Let's get it, is how much they've got in here. So they've got, first of all, they got the conversational guidelines, they've got examples, and then rules to follow. I would like to put in here is actually a flow of the script of how it should go, like the first thing it should say. Second thing, of course, that is also going to be in the other bot. You're going to be using that in your conversational flow, but this doesn't have it, so I would put that in here. I literally would come down and type conversation script. And then I would just go off that. And I'd follow the same formatting that they're using. So you can see right here how it's followed by the asterisk. So I'd be like, you. And I'd just type, and I'd be like, hi. How can... or whatever. I mean, this is a very simplistic thing, but then I go the next one. You don't want to give a direction on what the next step or what the person would say, only what you sort of want it to say. And that way it gives it a little bit of a flow. It'll go out of it or into it depending on how the customer is engaging with it. But you want it to always have a flow it can sort of go back to. And that's something else, like for the scripting bot or the booking bot, you always wanted to try and go back to the conversation no matter what they're talking about. I always prompt this in my bots. No matter what the conversation direction goes, try and steer them back to the topic that they need to be, whether it's answering specific FAQ questions or sales-based questions or overcoming objections or scheduling an appointment. I always like to do that. So if I just leave that right there, let's do a test right now. And I'm going to just leave that. Well, let's do another one. We'll do another one here. We'll do, just because I want to make sure that it will follow this. I have not tested this. This is just how the old scripting I used to do. I have not used the new prompts yet, so I'm playing with it, testing it myself. I just want to go over this with you guys and gals today. So the next thing is we'll ask it, have you registered for the So let's say that we wanted to, there we go. We wanted to train for, to ask about the webinar for the voice AI that we want to schedule it for, or here we go. Have you scheduled your appointment? Let's do that. Have you scheduled your appointment with one of our graders to get because then we could sort of push them to, I can't type, push them to booking a call. So let's see if that works. And that will push towards booking a call. So we'll just save that for right now. And then the next one we've got here is your booking appointment. Now, they will send book the appointment itself if this box is not checked. If you do check this box, what they'll do is they just send the link. That's it. They're only going to send the link. That's it. They used to have another one here that would allow you to continue the conversation, but that's now stopped. I wonder if that's moved in the prompt. So we come here in the prompt for this one. We've got persuasive and empathetic, which is interesting. You're a customer support assistant. Your goal is to book appointment. Your communication will be warm, understanding, relatable. Prioritize forming personal connections and understanding customer goals. Well, this is interesting. We're going to leave it at that one. We're going to leave it at that. If you want to, again, reset the default, you just go right here where it's, again, very basic. We'll just go with that. And then if you wanted a qualification booking, so if you wanted to pre-qualify them, there's one in right here. You could go in, and then you could change out your qualification questions. So if we look right here, these are your work for the bots, acknowledge the user's input by repeating it back, clarity, maintain professional. I like this one, the persuasive. We're going to go with that one. And then we look here. Let's see what it's got for this. So it's got engagement strategy, begin conversation by identifying customer goals with relating questions per message, ensuring clarity and focus. For price or program specific, advise a consultation with an AI integrator. There. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Converse, a subtle sense of urgency for booking. Oh, interesting. Maintain concise replies, avoid multiple questions or excuse. So this is good. This is a great place to start. Now, in this example here, for this one, I would come right here to the conversational and I would add this. Now, mind you, it starts at the top and goes down. So if I'm like, first of all, hi, what is your name? Now it's curious because the other one I have the conversation in that actual bot, and since these are two different bots, I wonder which one it will lead off. I would assume the QA one first. So we'll see though. So we're going to save this, and that will be one of the answers in there. And we'll go into prompt. Oh, I didn't add it. Let me add it. Sorry, I hit the wrong save. Let's see. So what is your name? And then we'll add another one. And then we could say, what is your current business model? Because we want to see how AI will fit into it. You do like that. Now, again, it does start at the top and work its way down. That's why they have these guys that you can move. So if I decide, oh, this question needs to be above, put it above. Because, again, it starts at the top, works its way down. And then we can add one more. What is your email? You know, something simple like that. You could add any type of questions flow. It does not matter. They don't have to be questions. This could be however you want the conversation to flow. It's just like I was saying in the other one. What if you were just doing it from the perception of the bot itself? What would the bot say or respond? That's what you want to have here. When you're all done, now you've got everything sort of set up. We're going to allow it to book the appointment. Now's where the training really comes in as important. Not training, a trial, sorry. Because here's what you're going to do is you're going to set this up. We have, interesting. You can only train from each one, so of course it's going to reply the way that I wanted it to. Let's go general question first. Now, the reason why this is so important is this is how you're going to train your bot even more. Once you've taken a lot more time than I did, take time, really flesh out the prompt, maybe even work with ChatGPT or different AI to help you get some more insight into it. I personally like to go into ChatGPT, tell it what I want to create, and work with it to make a prompt that I'll use later in these guys. But it's up to you. But No bot has done its first round. You have to train these things, especially this conversational AI. So what you're going to do is you're going to come in here, and this doesn't cost you anything. These are just messages inside, so you're not getting hit for the 2 cents per minute. You're going to hit send. You're going to see here's the bot. Now, hi there, what's on your mind today? Now, if I didn't like that reply, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit down, and now it's going to show me exactly how I want to respond. Say, hi there, I'm going to say, how can I, did you have questions about AI? Did you have questions about AI or AAA? We'll say AI. Agency. And again, any questions I'll answer at the end or in the comments. Secrets. There we go. So now if I train the bot's going to be trained. See, bot trained successfully. Now, if I reset this and reset the conversation, and I'm going to the general question, and I say hi, it should say interesting. It didn't yet. It should answer the way that I programmed to. Let me refresh the bot and see, because it's supposed to, the whole point of doing that is to train the bot on how it's supposed to reply. Let me see though. Let me see in this prompt when I went in here. See, but that's the thing. How can I help you today? It's going off the script. So it's overcoming, even the script is overcoming that training. That's very interesting, because that's the thing. Remember, I set the script. So good to know, no matter what, if you put that script in there, it's not good. What's on your mind today? Well, I said, how can I help you? It's doing its own version of it. So then the next thing we would do, it should say, what was the next question I had in this one was, have you scheduled an appointment? So let's go back to the trial. Let's see, I'm good. What's up? And let's see if it asks about the scheduling appointment. See, are you just here to help with questions or info you might need about voice AI for your business? What can I do for you today? Interesting. So it's not pulling off the script directly. Interesting. But it's what the whole point of these up and down arrow or thumbs is to be able to train the bot. And you'll see that if you go back to the bot training here, you'll see that the hi right here that I trained it is now inside here. This is member applied. So anytime you do a thumbs up, it's going to remove it in here to the customer responses and show it that this is how it should respond. So keep that in mind. If you know ahead of time how it would respond, even though it says FAQ, these are still going to be potential responses and how you want it to respond as well. There you go. So that's sort of the overall, everything you need to know about the conversational AI. I'm going to be playing with it a lot more. I have several clients that want to use it, so I'm going to be diving deep in these prompts. As I learn more about them and I come up with more information about it and find out more stuff, I'll be doing follow-up trainings. But I want to do this training today because they had added these new features, these prompts, and this is very important and something you really need to take time at. Appreciate everybody. Again, let me know if you have any questions or need help with anything. Fun Block out. Peace.